I had a few rare quiet minutes. Kids are down the street, and I've been thinking about this one for a while, so I finally had a chance to just bang it out. I get a lot of, I don't even know if they're questions, but people talk about motivation a lot and how to stay motivated. So it's kind of a weird question because I don't really think of my role for really anybody as a motivator to help them get motivated. I think motivation comes from inside, comes from the heart, comes from something somewhere telling you that you need to do whatever it is we're talking about. So if we're talking about the fitness realm, which we're usually talking about, but as you all know, I believe this fitness realm transcends into just about everything, and most of what we accomplish in the gym or on a fitness level, the lessons from that can translate to life. But as far as motivation, I mean, you know, that comes from, there's a reason for all of us that we decided to start exercising, lifting weights, working out, all those things, and there was something in here making that happen. So I don't often like to use myself as an example because I think we're all different, and I don't think we can all do things the same. We're not all motivated by the same things. We have different genetics and different capabilities, but that said, I know sometimes it's helpful to hear what I do for certain things, or what other people that I know do. So for me, for example, working out thing was easy, and it goes back to being a kid. And I grew up, I was a little dude. I mean, you guys know I'm not a big guy. So from the time I can remember playing Little League, I was the smallest guy on the team. And in high school, I played baseball, and all the cool guys played football. And I couldn't play football because I was too little. And the wrestling coach wanted me to wrestle, but he only wanted me to wrestle because I was little, and he needed a guy for the lighter weights. And I started playing hockey in high school, and just needed to be bigger and stronger. I was getting pushed around a lot, and I remember my girlfriend from high school dated like the toughest dude in school, the best wrestler in high school, before me, right? So I spent like most of my high school waiting to get my ass kicked. So I just wanted to be bigger and stronger, and I needed it for my self-esteem. I needed it to just feel confident in my own skin. And when I started working out and getting bigger and stronger, I found that it just I felt a lot better, and it also just made me approach things in life differently. I became more outgoing, and just approached life in general. I got different kind of attention, I guess you could call it. And I don't know, just people looked at me different and spoke to me different, and that worked for me. So that lives in me to this day. I'm 45 years old, and still I hate it if my wife will tell you she knows better than to call me skinny, right? If I lose weight and she's like, "Oh, you look thin," I'm pissed off, right? So I'm as nuts as everybody, and so that's my motivation to get to the gym when I'm not feeling like going. And trust me, I don't feel like going quite a bit. And when I'm training all day, and then it's my turn, I'm much less motivated than I was for the 6 or 7 clients I already trained. So I got to kind of dig deep, and I don't even think about it. That's that. If there's a hint, a tip, I just do it, man. I know that at 11:30 or whatever my time is, I just start. And 8 times out of 10, I don't really feel like it, but once I get going and get warmed up and get the blood flowing, I love the way it feels when I'm in the middle of it. I really love when I'm done with it. I know how good it makes me feel just all the time, and it's very obvious to anybody that knows me if I haven't done it for a few days, just mentally, right? I might look the same to everybody else, but I feel different. I know that I look different, but it's mostly gets my stress out, and I just feel better. If I'm a little sore, I feel awesome, and you guys know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, motivation is just what's the reason that you're doing it in the first place? So a lot of times it's also health reasons. I'm doing it because I want to live a strong life for a long time. I want to be able to, I've seen too many people my age that can't play with their kids. They can't carry their kid down the street on their shoulders because they got a bad back or a weak neck, and that sucks. So I'm not doing that. And I want my kids to look up to me, and I want my son to want to be strong and all that stuff. So that's part of it. But then we're talking about discipline, right? Now that's a different story than motivation. So, for example, today I picked up the kids and we stopped for ice cream on the way home from their camp. And listen, that stuff looked good, and don't think I didn't have a couple sneaks off of both kids' ice cream, but I didn't get it because I have discipline, and I'm motivated because I want to stay lean. I want to try to get even leaner, and that's just my own thing right now. I'm not always feeling like that. Right at the moment, I was training a bunch of people for shows this year, and seeing all these people ripped made me feel not ripped. And I had a Florida trip for work, and I was like, and then again, just to let you guys in on my own craziness. I know. When I say it out loud, it sounds ridiculous because I know I tell all you guys who complain about how you look, and I know each and every one of you look pretty freaking awesome. But I know we can always find things to not be crazy about it. And I don't think of it that way. I think about it as things we want to improve, right? I don't think about things that we don't like, just things that we want to improve. We're always striving to improve, and that's a good thing, as long as you don't get crazy and get down on yourself about things that you want to improve. But when I was getting ready to go on my trip, it was like 10 days before. I'm trying on bathing suits, and I'm looking at myself in the mirror from the back, and I'm like, oh man, my little love handles are still there, and that is not happening. I'm not showing up being the fit guy at my work and then having that shit. So I literally locked down the macros and went nuts, perfectly strict for 12 days and cleaned up a little bit of junk and felt much better. And so since then, I'm like, you know what, I don't want to feel like that again. And that's my motivation to stay disciplined. So when I said, my kids asked me if I want ice cream, and I said no, I came home and ate my eggs. So I'm not saying everybody should do that. I'm not totally not saying that. I'm just saying it is a challenge for me all the time too, but I try to stay disciplined because I know that what I want is important, and it feels good to me to be a certain way, to feel a certain way. So when I wake up in the morning and I feel like I did what I was supposed to do yesterday and I get my workout in, I just feel accomplished, and that's just my personality. That makes me feel good. So I think the trick there is just don't give yourself an out. Like if you have a regular routine, like you always go to the gym in the morning or after work. I mean, I've seen Big Vinny in the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning every single day. People talk about time, I don't have time or I can't get there. And I think we all know, or a lot of us that are up here know Mike and Aaron Melito. Well, Mike just competed this year. He's in his late 30s. I think he's shredded. He looks awesome. He works construction like 12 hours a day, and he wakes up at literally like 2:45 every morning, if you want to call that morning. Goes to the gym at like 3, and he's done. He's out of there. I get there at 4:45. Sometimes he's already gone. And he goes and works construction all day. So everybody that doesn't have time, those guys usually watch like 6 or 7 TV series. They've seen every Game of Thrones. They've seen every Dexter episode, but they don't have time, right? So I don't want to hear that shit. That's one thing that drives me nuts is if somebody watches any TV at all, they got time. And again, no judgments, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, again, when it comes to motivation, like, I don't tell anybody to lose weight or gain weight, get bigger or smaller. If somebody's scrawny, skinny, or very heavy, that is not, that's cool for them. If they're happy with that, if they're genuinely happy with that, I'm cool with that. What bugs me is the person that's not happy with themselves, that won't have the discipline or take the time to take care of themselves, and they don't feel good. They're not going to live a strong, healthy life, and that's not fair to themselves or anybody around them. And what also drives me nuts is the people that are saying that they're accepting their condition. So like I'm a short guy. I accept that. That's not changing. I'm cool with that now. I know people that are larger structure people, and they're cool with that. They know they're never going to be stick skinny. But when they're large people who are totally unhealthy and feel like shit and have no energy and have health problems, and they say, well, I'm just accepting my body, this is who I am, that's crap, right? That's the lazy route. If that person is exercising, getting healthy, getting stronger, feeling great, blood profile is looking better, they're feeling more confident, and even if they're still not small or really muscular, that is cool. That is awesome, right? So there's a difference between accepting and giving up, and accepting not feeling good and not feeling confident, and accepting our own natural limits. And so there, I don't know how I got on this tangent, but I think you guys know where I'm going. So if any of that came out not cool, I didn't mean that. You know that. It's coming from the heart. I hope maybe that helps a little bit, or maybe that's just me babbling. But I'll talk to you all soon.